Hello, everybody. How we doing? We're drawing comics again today. I haven't had a chance. I've been a bit busy a couple of weeks because I've been back to work, so I actually never had a chance to finish this page that we did 2 weeks ago. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna pencil these last two panels. Might be a quick one, might not. We'll see. How's everyone doing? We doing okay? We feeling refrigerated? Fridge gang, where you at? I want to see it. Okay, so pretty chill today. That's good. That's good. That's what we like. It's quite a nice day today, actually. It's normally miserable when we stream. Where did I put that pencil? Here it is. How's the camera looking? Is that in focus? Mostly. Beautiful. Okay. It's warm and sticky. That's what we like. Well, maybe not. Maybe with the weather. But so these two, basically what we did last time, well, the time before last time technically, but starts with this guy and he's like about to punch this guy in the face, then he punches him, then he cuts the other guy in half, and then the one guy that's left that got punched is like, oh god, don't kill me, and he's just like, no, I'm gonna kill you. So that's these two panels basically. So we'll start off with this dude. Get the foreground in, right? He has kind of like crazy anime spiky hair. So let's block that in so we know how much face we're gonna have to draw. Like this. Right, like that. And then we're seeing him from sort of the back of the head, right? Sort of back and the side. So you'd see kind of the back side of this ear, right? You wouldn't see the front of the ear here, so you draw the back of the ear like that. Again, we talked about before, an ear kind of has this weird Y tube thing in it. Man bun, yeah, that's this guy down here. So we'll get to that. You might not see it from this angle though, but maybe we'll go out of our way so that you see it. It was meant to be a bit Mulan-y, like a top knot type look. So I don't know why I'm saying Mulan-y. I could just say, like, you know, it's quite common hairstyle in that part of the world. Bam, 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 bam. What are you up today then, Adam? Are you drawing as well? I'd like to think so. Is he as strong as a coursing river? Yeah, he has all the force of a great typhoon. So this bit of hair here is from the other side of the face, so I'm going to put it in shadow so you can tell that it's behind this piece. See that? You can't really see that, but it makes sense, right? And then this is like his cheek here. You probably wouldn't see the mouth from this angle. So we'll just draw sort of the shape of like the cheek bulging out. Drawing a building for my football book, not that fun. Well, you know what my advice would be there? Just draw a fridge. Please draw a fridge. Oh my god. I wonder what the client would say to you if you sent them a drawing of a fridge. You could just be like, nah, it makes sense. Watch this stream. You'll understand. Waiting for a parcel to be picked up, which was meant to be picked up an hour and a half ago. That's parcels, mate. They'll be like, it'll be with you between 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. I'm like, great, thanks. That's so useful. Okay. And then obviously we've already blocked in a lot of or roughed in the body shape. So basically we're just sort of dressing him at this point and drawing on what his costume is. So he has like this weird plastic jobby. Number 22 out of 25 for 2 hours. Wow. Maybe number 23 shouldn't have lived in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Then you'd be alright, you know? So this part of it comes up and then over this shoulder, right? So the shoulder can slit underneath it. And then it has form at the top. Bang. Same thing here. It goes like this. Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum. It's probably a bit thicker than that actually. It's probably more like this. And it's quite a flexible kind of material. I think of it as being like the Stormtrooper plastic. Vlad. Is his name actually Vlad? A strong word, Renuaz. It's a great name, but not great at picking up parcels. Yeah, well, yeah, true. What are you waiting on? Is it savoury? I hope so. There you go. Pretty. So you wouldn't see this bit under here, right? But we can draw like a dip in the plastic where it might have formed around that. So add a bit of shade there, like that. Oh yeah, the prince, of course. Oh, so you're not waiting on a delivery, you're waiting on delivering something. You are the deliverer, not the Deliveroo. Lol, they only arrived yesterday. Uh-oh. Whoa! When does the magazine get shipped? Have they got time? Or are they thoroughly cocking it up? Very soon. Very, very soon. Okay, we're just going to draw like the shadow under this colour. Again, you don't have to draw the whole thing. Just a bit of shadow lets you know that there's something here. And the bit where it goes over the shoulder we'll draw as well. Like that. Could almost connect those pieces. Mabes. Bum, 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 bum. Big ol' balls up, mate. Yeah, it doesn't sound like they've handled it particularly well. I think you get surprised how poorly organised a lot of places are that you would think would be very professional and sensible. And actually, human error is rife, you know, everywhere. It just happens. And then this part here comes out because it's quite a thick material, so it doesn't sit super close to his chest, like that. I'll shape it more like that. None of them know what they're doing yet. Yeah. That is true of a lot of things. I feel like a lot of places were like, you know, one or two I might know, two guys working there, or gals, might know what they're doing or might have known what they were doing before they left or whatever, and just the other people were never really taught it properly. So you get this system where at some point it's a company that worked very well, hello, but now it doesn't. Welcome to the chat, dear hats. How's the day going? Just to catch you up, we're finishing off this page today. Didn't get a chance to work on it the past couple of weeks, so I figured I'd get it done now. Petticrum Nid's gonna get other models from the shop and go climbing. Nice. Nice. How many Nids are you still painting? I feel like you'd done your army, but maybe I'm wrong. And, 6 left. Oh yeah, you had some that didn't have like highlights and that. So these shadows meet here, right? So we're just gonna block them into one big spot black, like that, where the shadow under the crease and the shadow of the sort of armory plate thing goes. And then again, you've got to think, okay, pinch points. So they pinch from the shoulder, but then they straighten out over this arm because his arm's like out quite straight. So you draw creases, everybody. It's a lot more simple than it at first seems, especially after you practice for a long time. Then why should I? Goes down too much, I think, that line. You've got to think when you're putting stuff, like drawing off the panel, the line where it meets the panel is going to communicate what's happening off the edge. So if it's going out at an angle like this, then even if later on it would do that, you can't see that because it's off the panel. So the brain just thinks it's going to do this forever. So you've got to make sure that you think about what you're communicating that you aren't actually drawing. Right, and then we do this guy, and you want to work sort of front to back so that you aren't drawing over yourself. So we've done our foreground, now we'll do our midground, and then we'll finish with, that's right, the background. Again, right, we talked about last time we did this page foreshortening, where this guy's hand is coming towards the camera, so it's big, right? Comes out with perspective. That hand's bigger than that hand. Well, it's the same thing here. This guy's hand is coming out towards the camera like this. So it's going to be nice and big, whereas this hand over here is sort of going away, so it's going to be quite small. And you can like exaggerate that a crazy amount if you want to. It's quite a common thing to do in comics, to create action. I don't know how much we're going to do that on here though. I like to put, when I'm doing hands splayed out, I like to make the pinky come out quite a lot, because it looks more like it widens the space more. So you see these are quite far apart. Makes it look more like dynamic, like he's putting everything in it. Wise words, thanks, I'm full of them. I'm full to bursting of wise anecdotes about drawing pointless things that it's completely useless. Okay. And then here, like, because the arm's coming out, you're not going to see so much of it because it's covering itself as it comes towards you. So then you have to draw the idea of a few folds crossing over, like, and that gives you all the info you should really need. And he's got this shoulder pad thing, like that. More than I ever did. There we go. And then I guess we'll roughen the head here. So this head is pretty much straight on to us. So when you're blocking in your ears for the reference of everything else, they're going to be flat out, like they are when you look straight forwards, right? They come out like this. Whereas here it was behind. And those ears then can place everything else. So the top of the ear gives you the eyebrows. The bottom of the ear gives you your nose. And then the mouth goes like halfway between that and the chin. He should be more like, you know, more desperate. We need more desperation. So let's bring those eyebrows up in an arch and give him wide eyes. So at this scale, you can't draw much of the eyes. So do you do the captions as well? Yeah, that's later on. That's like the last thing I do. So I do all the pencils, then I ink all the pencils and the panel lines and stuff, and then I'll go and add in all the writing. But I've got it written down as a script. This is only like a quick, like a 6-page comic, so about like a dumb sci-fi story of a war in time and space. But yeah, I do write all of that stuff. But in terms of actually putting them on the page, that's the last thing I do. Missed the start. What's occurring? We're drawing some comics. We're drawing the comic that we were doing a couple of weeks ago. I haven't had a chance to work on it because I've been at work. So I figured I need to think of something to draw today. Let's draw this. So again, he's got this kind of strap thing on his chest, which gives you those lines to show you the form of the chest, because the rib cage is 3D, right? So if you're looking at it from the bottom up, it's like this, right? So then the lines going across it give you that depth. So if you can put something on his outfit that follows those lines, it's a good way of showing depth. I don't know how well you can actually see that. There. You also missed, I was actually eating veg just to prove all you haters wrong, so that happened. And then he's got like this. These legs actually come up and forwards, so let's get these blocked in. Like that. because then again you're not drawing over yourself, so I didn't have to erase any of that stuff. Just saves time and effort, which is what we're all about. I think this just tucks in like that, doesn't it? Carrot. I have carrot sticks. I figured it would be a crunchy one, so you could hear it as proof that you know what it is. So I'm not eating, you know, cake in the shape of a veg. Haters are going to say they aren't real. This is as close as I can get to proving it to you without you being here and eating the carrots yourself. Is it very satisfying? That's good, I'm glad. Maybe we could be an ASMR channel. Maybe we should be broadening our horizons. ASMR next stream. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. And then here, right, his foot's behind there, so you only see the tip of it like that. Coming up. And I'm actually just going to shade it in so it's the bottom, like the sole, like that. It's not a first. Although it is the first time I've ever eaten veg on stream, I will concede that. You also, if you didn't, if you joined late, I mean, there's no problem, but you also missed the intro screen, which now features the fridge we drew last time. So you'll be able to see that at the end as well. If you stick around. Kind of happy with how it turns out. I did go back and add a bit of a flicker in the light from the fridge. So I think it looks cool. I think it looks better than just having the text or whatever. I'm actually going to shade this whole leg in, I think. Like that. And the crotch, do we think? Yeah. Good. Nice. Then up here, into here. And then this hand, right, is touching the ground, so the contact points you don't necessarily have to draw. Worth waiting for, I hope. Yeah. Oh, I think so. I mean, I could show you now, but that wouldn't be very tactful of me. You'd have no reason to stay around. Right, and then this guy has like a man bun, right? He's got a top knot. So let's get that in. What's the shape of his hair, actually? Is it like thick? So he's got like shaved head here. Okay. Fine. And then we'll draw the top knot like that. So when all's said and done on that page, top knots are visible in 3 out of the 5. So that's what, 60%? I hope that's acceptable for you all. Not good enough. Well, I'm not changing it now. So you can draw your own goddamn man bun comic, mate. All right. 65% all we. How can I do half a? It wouldn't even be half. It'd be like a quarter of a panel. These demands are unreasonable, chat, and you know they are. And I shan't stand for it. I will sit though, because I'm already sat down. Right, okay, so we've done mid-ground, right, and foreground. So now all that's left is the background. And this is basically big, like, machinery and rocks and stuff. Because they're fighting on, like, a space base. Because, of course, they are. You do as chat commands. Whatever, mate. I do as chat commands when it, you know, means getting more vitamins. Yeah, so here you can sort of see it in this panel. There's like weird sci-fi machinery and stuff, and then rocks and that. And there's this big door. So let's put. I don't want this line to touch here because I want this to be separate. So that line is slightly, it's not exactly parallel to that, it's slightly more down because it shows perspective, right? So this line is shorter than this line, or this plane rather. And then let's, well, I guess that can be a pipe there. So what do we put attached to this? Like a lid? A lid maybe? Perchance a lid? Like so. With a handle on it. It looks like a like, you know, in America they have those like entrances to a cellar. They probably have them here, but I've never seen them. It looks like one of them, like an external cellar entrance, cellar door. And let's put a keyboard type interface here, because that's quite sci-fi, isn't it? Don't have cellars in this country. It's true, they don't actually build anything underground in this country because of the mole people. So yeah, and that's true. You can look that up. You can quote me on that. Perhaps not. Perhaps don't. And I'm just going to shade this side of this structure in black because it will help this to pop out more, this guy. I'm glad finally someone is spoken out against the mole people. Someone had to do it. It had to be done. They're running rampant down there. It's ridiculous. It's a real problem. I guess we could put like a grid, like a grate maybe on this thing as well. Oh, there we go. That is just great right there. That's great. Yeah, feel free to leave after that joke. I don't think we're going to get any better than that. So, big day. One. Roll for funny. Do I ever roll up? I do. So this is like a pipe. Probably, you know, for like wires or, I don't know, sewage or something. Doesn't matter what it's for, it looks sci-fi, and that's what we're all about here. You're just sort of filling in the areas of nothing with something, anything, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it looks kind of generically sci-fi-y. And then by the end of it, you'll have a background. And it doesn't have to like perfectly line up with, because this is the same sort of angle as I did in this panel over here, but it doesn't have to perfectly line up with what you see there, because people aren't going to spend that long looking at your work. They're just going to go, you know, get the basic information they need at a glance and then move on to the next panel. So as long as it looks similar enough, that should be alright. So for example, these two little like bulb things attached to this circular window are the same as here, but everything else is kind of different, right? Like this little cellar entrance into the mole home, the hives, as they're known in the security industry, is completely different, but it looks similar enough. You're just conveying as much information as you can with as little work as possible. That's art. Let's make this like a radar thing, do we think? What does radar look like? It's like a sweepy thing, isn't it? Radar screen. Okay, so it's sort of a bit pie charty as well. Like sweeps around in a circle, doesn't it? Like this. There's like dots on it to say where stuff is. And then we'll put another panel of buttons. And then maybe like a scanner of some sort here, do we think? Don't know why you would ever need to scan on that. Well, it seems like all the information is readily available, but whatever. And then this is rocks. So we'll draw quite a thick sort of outline to show the outside of the rock. And then a few thinner lines to show some of the planes, the larger planes of the shape of the rock, like this. And that again is all the information that you need to tell people that's a rock. The brain sort of does the rest of the math. And then there is kind of a great thing here again on the ground. So let's get that in there. again here, this is another way that you can show perspective, right? Because there are lines coming across this that are equidistant, so the further away from essentially the camera, which is where we're viewing this from, imagine it was being a picture, right? The closer together they're going to appear, and then the closer towards the camera they are, the further apart they're going to appear. Whereas if you were looking at it top down, they would all be the same distance away. So that's one way that you can show a bit of perspective without physically, you know, going in and drawing perspective lines and doing all of that nonsense. Because ain't nobody got time for that, quite frankly. God, that's an old meme, isn't it? That's like an OG meme. It was like we didn't even really know what memes were when people started using that. And again here, this line is going to be closer here to here. It should be more like that. Because the further away it is, the closer it is. The closer it is, the further away it is. Does that make sense? A land before memes. Can we go back there? Actually, no, because I don't know if I would still be here without memes, you know? Memes help, you know, to make sense of a world at war with a mole people, you know? They keep us grounded. And they keep them undergrounded. I don't know a time in which I couldn't express my emotions without a meme. I don't think I had emotions before memes. I struggle to imagine anybody did. You know? What was on the internet, right? Information? Who needs it? What's the point of learning if it isn't in a easy to digest, mildly funny, copy and pasted image? Right? World of Warcraft. Yeah, true. Maybe people just lived in a fake world before they could, you know, comfortably live in a real one. Well, that's going a bit beyond memes and a bit more sort of psychological, isn't it? Right, so here, this is like, that's too much of a angle, hang on. So this nose, you draw like the edge of the nostril here, then the underside of it, and then it's going to cast a little bit of shadow so the line gets thicker in the middle there, and then thinner on the edges. You see that? How it's like thin here, and then there's like a blob of thick, and then here it gives you that shape of the edge of the nose, because the light's sort of coming from here. And I tend to put noses in first when I'm drawing faces, because, and I've talked about this before, it's a good way to place the rest of the features on the face. You can build a face around a nose. It's hard to build a face around like a mouth, for example. A lot of people go straight in with the eyes or whatever, and I just think it's so hard to place them without reference. So now we know where the nose is, right? We know that the eyebrows start. And then we can place the eyes based on that. It's much easier than just going, oh, the eyes go here and here, you know. Man, it is such a nice day today. This hasn't happened in weeks. I hope you guys are going to get out there and enjoy your day. and not spend a whole day cooped up inside watching people draw stupid sci-fi comics. And then so he's like frowning, so the skin in the middle is going to crinkle up. Only draw yourself in groups of 6 or less, remember. Yeah, it's weird how they announced that. I thought that was already a thing. I thought you weren't allowed to meet in groups bigger than 6, but then they were like, no, now you officially can't meet in groups bigger than 6. I mean, who has 6 friends, am I right? Jesus. What were they doing? Where did they meet these people? It's a joke. I have plenty of very great friends and I am grateful for them all. But also it's a funny joke. I had no idea you were allowed in groups of 30. You were allowed in groups of 30? Oh, I guess for like weddings and stuff like that you were, weren't you? But like at work, we haven't been allowed to have tables bigger than 6 the whole time we've been open. So I just assumed that was the law anyway. But I guess I was wrong. It's a great way to spend time watching you drawing, especially in the sunset. Oh, I guess if you can sit outside and watch it, then yeah, I'll allow that. Any more than 6, and then the Rona knows and gets you. Yeah. It counts. It keeps only as of Monday. Right now, it's got no idea how many people you're with. Right. On Monday, it gets an update. They fixed the bug where it can't get you if you're in a group of 30. Yeah, he like tucks in there. He's got like a bowl cut on this half of his face and then like crazy anime on the other side. It's on holiday at the moment, so it's back to work for Rona on Monday. Yeah. It gave us a quick reprieve. Yeah, sorry, I'm crunching again, sorry. It's just when you've got carrots right there, you gotta eat them, you know? How else am I going to be able to go down into the tunnels and fight the mole people if I can't see in the dark? Right? Yeah, you can just turn up in groups of 5 and 6 and it's all legal. Well, sort of. We're not. If people turn up in more groups but try and spread it between different tables at our place, we just sit them as far away from each other as we can. Just to be like, screw you. Follow the rules. I'm going to do like this anime thing where you draw the canine. Like that. And then the rest of it is just a line, so you get the idea that there are other teeth there, but you don't have to go. If I were to go in and draw every single tooth, it would look really weird. I keep drawing this off screen. I'm going to zoom out. So here in this mouth, you see, like I've just drawn a bit of a line, then a canine, and then a bit of a line. So your brain sort of fills in the rest of the teeth. If I went in and drew every tooth individually, it would look very weird. That's why when you see like the way I always think of it is like with Batman, right? The way that people draw the Joker, they often draw all his teeth because it looks really creepy and spooky when he has that crazy big smile. But normally you don't want to draw them all, you just want to show that there are teeth there, and then the brain will do the rest of the work. I don't like that. That side of the face looks weird there. this ear here is like behind this hair, so we're going to put it in shadow. Like that. This part looks weird. I'm trying to work out why. Does the hair need to come down more, maybe? I feel like this bit needs to come across more. Yeah, that looks a little better. Do 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 do. And again, his hair comes like out spiky back here. Like, kind of Sonic-y. So I don't know what. Obviously, we're finishing this one, the pencils on this today. Next week might be doing the inks for this, although I might get that done in my own time. If so, I don't really know what I'm gonna draw next week. So if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. What do you want to see? What are we gonna do next week? How do we keep this fresh? How do I not tell you the same information over and over again? I feel like I've taught you how to draw, place things on a face about 10 times. Fridge. Oh, come on. It can't always be fridges. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fridge gang, but you're going to have to concede sometimes that it's not going to be a fridge. We could maybe work a fridge into what we draw, though. That's too thin. It's what the people want. You're right. You're right. I don't know if we're ever going to draw a straight fridge until I have to make emotes, though. A land before fridges. A cooker. Oh, I don't know about it. We don't want to confuse the audience with an oven, gang. A land before fridges, though, we could do. I don't know what that would look like. What kind of nightmare escape that might be. We could keep it fridge themed without drawing a fridge. A freezer, maybe. Ice dinosaurs. What came before the fridge? Ice. It's like, you know, when you go to like, or when it's the winter and it's snowy out, and you like put beers out on your windowsill to keep them cool. That's what people did. The world was their fridge. Everyone just lived in Alaska. They were the true pioneers of the fridge gang, right? What came before the fridge? What killed off all the fridges? I think fridges are still going. Unless I own the last fridge in all the land. Maybe we could design like fridge dinosaurs. Or maybe we save that for a collab video. And we each design our own fridge dino. And then chat can vote on whose fridge dino is best fridge dino, you know? I'd be up for doing that. But I guess we'd have to like squad stream that or something. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, let's do a fridge off. I'd rather do a fridge off than a well, that's not live anymore. Bum ba bum ba bum bum. One sec, chat. My camera is no longer live. Let's turn it off and on again. That usually works, right? I fixed it. I'm amazing. Look at me. That happened at work, right? One of the printers like broke. Like the till receipt rolls, right? I say broke. It wasn't working properly, right? And my manager was like screwing. He was like, "Oh my god, it's so annoying. We're gonna have to call out a guy to fix it." And then he walked off. And I literally just turned it off and on again. And of course it started working. And he came back and he was like, "Oh my god, how did you do that?" I'm like, "How have you functioned this long in this society without knowing to try turning it off and on again?" You know? Let's get rid of that bit. So you see he's got this kind of like cool guy look about him. He's like, "Hey, yeah." He's got that like frown and smile at the same time look, which is like a go-to cool guy comic book expression. And you scrunch up the skin between the two eyebrows to show how aggressively he's frowning, right? That's what you want to show, as much emotion and expression as you can. I want to make this kind of like a rough edge because it's like a laser sword in it. I think we're almost done, to be honest, chat. I might go back and fix some bits up in the rest of this page. Like for example here, let's actually put this text in, and we'll do it by hand instead of by what I was going to do later, which was put it on PC. Like fix it in post, basically. Slash. So I'm thinking this be like black to match in with the lines of this, right? So you know that it's connected. This is the slash that it's referring to. And this is one of those where like you're not necessarily putting in the text that is specifically the noise it makes. You're not going like shwung or whatever. But by drawing in slash, it's more sort of like I guess abstract. I don't know. It's more fun. And the brain knows what it means, right? Your brain knows a slash sound, so it just makes it. I obviously don't know how to spell it though, because I've drawn a H there. Slash. It's been a long morning, right, chat? Leave me alone. Slash. Bang. That needs to be higher. There we go. I think I am still going to fix this in post, to be honest, chat. It just looks so much better when you do it. Either I spend ages and ages working out the right font and stuff and the spacing of the letters and all of that to do it now, which I don't want to do, or I spend 5 to 10 minutes on Photoshop just typing it in and resizing it. Slash, I think it's going to be slash. Makes more sense, right? It's not like making a margarita, you know, it doesn't need to be like a kind of noise. And then the H, thwip instead. It doesn't, I think honestly, and I'm not just trying to get out of writing thwip. I think thwip is copyrighted. I know that the Wolverine noise, when he puts his claws out, I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted. And I ain't looking to get sued by Marvel Comics, to be honest with you. Because I may at some point sell this comic. And I ain't got the lawyers to fight off Marvel. Especially not now they're owned by Disney. Well, at least their movie rights are. See, that looks a lot more dynamic now that you've got that text in there. And because you read it left to right, you can follow the action left to right. I'm a bird lawyer, I'll represent you in court. That didn't go well in that episode, if you recall. So in real life, probably even worse. Thanks for the offer, though. I think I'm gonna give this like a black background actually. Again, so that he pops out more. Because a lot of his outfit and skin tone and all of that is very white and pale. So having black against white here makes it stand out, right? If he was in really if he was in lots of shadow or lots of shadow, or if he had really dark hair or like a dark skin tone, then he'd be like this dark shade, so you'd want white around him to make him pop out. But alas, he is not, so we're going to use black. So I'm going to give like a bit of an edge to here where this bit is in shadow, so you have that white, so it pops out. And again here, because otherwise this would all just be black here and you wouldn't see anything there, which we don't want. Same here, right? This edge here is like a black shadow, so you put a little bit of white in between there and the background. Doobie-doo-doo. Now let's give a bit of shadow under the hair, and then we could be done, chat. There we go. No, I don't want to add shade there. Okay. I think that's going to do it, chat. I'll just go over the panel lines. Just for future reference. And in fact, I've just realised that is the edge of the page, isn't it? So that bit won't be in there. And here, these panel lines need to be in line with this. So some of this is going to get cropped off. Looks good, my man. Thank you. I'm so glad that Bob Ross thing is just a generic Twitch emote thing. And everybody has access to it. What a G. What a legend that man was. Like that. 20. Natty 20. Do you think we're ever going to get to play D&D with Dan again? Or do you think he's just losing his mind trying to teach children? Nope. Yeah. Of your character sheet. I don't think I've actually made a character sheet. It's online, so I could just unceremoniously click delete. So this panel is going to fill out to the edge of the page, right? Which is going to be there. And then these panels are slightly in. And that slash actually comes out, doesn't it? So this actually, the top of this panel actually would come in here. And then that continues on behind these panels. Like that. I too will be a legend in my own time. Perhaps. I think the Fridge Gang is a pretty legendary outfit already. Okay, that's gonna do it, Fridge Gang. What do we think? Yay or nay? I think that is what we in the business call good enough. Yay, sweet. So, I'll scan this in. Well, actually, my scanner's only A4, so I'll cut it in half, scan them in, stick it back together. And then if I don't ink it by next week, we'll do some inking on this next week. And maybe even some of the text work, we'll see. Otherwise, we'll do something else. Maybe a fridge off. Maybe we should try and work out how to do a squad stream and how to do a fridge off. I'd be up for that. I'd definitely be up for that. Alright, well, that's where we're going to leave it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go out and have some kind of walk or something to get some vitamin D. I hope you all go and enjoy your days in the sun, if it is sunny where you are as well. If not, play some World of Warcraft or something, you know. Anything to keep your mind off the mole, people. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. It might be same time next week, it might be later. I don't know. We'll see. But it will be next Wednesday, irregardless. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.